Good morning. Anyone recognise the tube station? Richmond. Yep, I'm back in Richmond. Looking for a flat, I think. And the reason I say I think is I still would be rather committing to going abroad. But at the moment with my dad's situation, I can't do that. So I'm going to spend the day having a wander around and looking in Richmond. Like my headwear. So to give you a brief rundown on Reading, what happened at Reading, basically because I'm a bit cash rich because I sold a warehouse, but my income is only my state pension and a very small rental income on my other warehouse. And the company would only take into account my income, not my savings. So basically I didn't qualify, they wouldn't let me have it unless I paid 12 months in advance, and I wasn't keen on that. And I guess maybe that's what's going to happen with all of them. But maybe I just have to bite the bullet and pay either 12 months or 6 months in advance. You know, like I say, the main reason I'm possibly, but it's still only possibly going to commit to 12 months is my dad's still struggling on, and his memory and everything is fine. So I don't feel I can go off travelling for months on end, because I don't really think he's going to get any better now. He's fully bedridden and you know, he's not a strong man anymore. So I need to be there for him. But let's have a wander around and check some prices in Richmond and look at those beautiful flowers. Look at those. Very nice indeed. Just find a nice little pub and have something to eat. It is very, very nice here. I definitely like it. And although I was looking at studios again in Soho for literally 1800, 1850, you get quite a decent one bed out here for this price. And there is a studio I might be able to look at today for £1,200. So the difference would be immense, really. And if I could get something really central like this, which would suit me, that would be great. So I'm gonna definitely go into Chase Buchan. They seem to be one of the big agents in the area. Have a chat with them, have a chat, talk about the financials and the possibilities. Will I do it? Who knows? I'm very impulsive. I was impulsive on the place in Reading, and I probably would have done it. Well, I would have done it because I signed all the forms up and everything. Once they wouldn't take my savings into account. And that's the thing with a lot of places now. Well, now, always been that way, that people don't have a certain income, and obviously London, you need a huge income nowadays to have any chance of getting on the rental market. And with the savings I've got, I can't get into any other lower cost housing because I've got too much savings. So it's a bit of a catch-22. So this place is just off the high street. I've videoed this before. It's a lovely little street. Imagine living in a cottage just right bang smack in the middle of the town. No idea what they would cost to own. Well, that one sold it, so I just said that, and then maybe I can find out. John D. Wood sold. That will be interesting to find out. How much that sold for? Probably all need a lot of work doing, but very picturesque, very picturesque. That's where I had me sausage and mash last time I came. I will look for something different this time, but a very good meal in there. So there's another little area here which I've been showing you before. It's going to wander up around this way because first flat that sparked my interest in Richmond was a rental, and it rented before I got back from Spain. And then there was another one there recently, and it rented really quick. So we can go by that. It's like a little cottage, really. closed. Change of use license, so that little cafe didn't survive, as most don't. I'll go around this way, shall I? Not sure I've been around this way, and I guess those little cottages there have attracted me really. Clair de Lune. Just now going up round the back of the church. I couldn't get through the way, it was all fenced off the way I went last time. So up round the back of the church, and I'll find those little cottages. I can actually see the backs of them through there now. I say my initial response with Richmond is the same as when I first come here. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really beautiful. It's like you're in the countryside, but you're not. You're still on the train link and bus link and everything. So I still get my bus pass, my oyster, free oyster. It's worth a fortune, because I haven't had that recently, and I've been coming up to town again quite a bit, and it's costing me some days £8 a day. So these were the, oh, that one's still to let, it says that. But the problem with that one, it's the first floor, number 12. I remember them refurbishing it. Probably isn't still to let, to be honest. I bet it's gone. But I remember when they were doing the refurbishment. And the one I first saw was the red one over here. Well, that footpath is closed. Look. So it was a downstairs one. That was here, which was originally to rent, that sparked my interest. So yeah, number 12. To be honest, if I'd stay in the UK for a couple of years now, I'll probably have to have my knee replaced. And getting up that stairs to number 12 will be a no-no. I think off the top of my head it was 1500, 1595 or something for a little one bed, cottagey one bed. I'll put the price in over the top afterwards, so it was about that. So up there is where that little cottagey flat is. You can see it through there, see some of them. And then here in Lion House, there's a studio in here. Location for this would be absolutely superb for me. It's got lifts. Studio in here for 1500, and I know my northern folks are going to go, oh, fucking hell, that's a lot of money. But you know, in England and London, it's £1,000 for a bloody flat in Didcot, for a one bed flat in Didcot, and I don't want to be in Didcot. So this location absolutely smashes it. The flat possibly doesn't, because maybe for a little bit more you can get a one bed. And actually for a little bit less you can still get a studio. So it's like weighing up the odds, but yeah, it's in there somewhere. It's one of the ones with a bowed window. Maybe I will take a look. So from Lion House there, you just go down to the town. Well, you're in the town. You're already in the town anyway. This is the roundabout. There's nice pub here where I think I might go and have some lunch. Dinner and tea. Always dinner was dinner time was midday for me as a kid growing up. And tea was evening meal at 5, 6 o'clock. Apparently posh people do it the other way round, but that's how we did it. So look how quick you're back into the town. That's the second-hand shop there. What do you call it, shop? Pawnbrokers. The Ivy's there. Shop, Waterstones, everything's here. Really nice location. Just had a nice video Just had a nice meal in the old shed. So I was in there once one week when the rugby wasn't quite on, but my goodness, it was packed. It was very quiet in there today, so that was all good. Steak and mushroom pie, mash, and a pint of Peroni. Let's go. Look at that, for the time being at least Barclays is still open. Bloody hell. One of the few branches maybe in the area that is still open. And from Barclays, done this little walk before. This is Richmond Green, I believe. So many greens in Richmond. I believe this one is Richmond Green rather than the Deer Green, Deer Park. It's not that. Look, what's there not to like about here?
And like, you know, it's like so far.
Heroes. We can be heroes. One day.
Sorry, we're listening to that.
Oh, a nice little pub there. A couple of pubs here, I believe, because there's that one there. And then there's that one there, look, Cricketer's Arms, and then there's the green. Idyllic, isn't it? And down along that way, if you remember, is the two wardrobes. Fuller's and Green King. Yeah, sometimes I wonder, is it just me about these estate agents being intolerant? It's such a pain in the arse. So I did ring for the little studio, which was 1,200 quid. And it had already gone. I mean, it was super cheap and it was super small. Nice flowers there. So, and then they just start going into their sales pitch, don't they? And then, of course, your mobile phone lets you down. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you repeat that? And all this. And I still feel I'm messing people around. So I said I'd ping them and email him with my requirements. But my real requirements are not to be in the UK for the next year or so. You see that place there, Helping Hands? It's a care home kind of thing. It says get living, care today. And I've seen, I'm not going to really major on it because there's a woman sat in the window, but the hourly rate they're offering these people that do an absolutely incredible job is £13.50 an hour. I mean, honestly, people looking after my dad are worth 10 times that amount, and they won't even be getting that amount, I don't suppose, because they're not in London, they're in Oxford or Abingdon. £13 an hour. Wow.